happy Sunday. It is time for the Sunday Soul podcast. My name is Lisa, and this is Heart of Inspiration. Here at this channel, we help you lead a whole and healed, peaceful, and prosperous life and help you identify, clarify, and prosper in your purpose. Now, for those of you watching the video, you will see that you are super up close and personal with me today. I've got you all in my grill today, but I wanted you to focus really in on, not so much the background and not so much anything else, but really what's being said today, because this is a very important conversation for us to have. At the time of this recording, today is January the 17th of 2021 by the Gregorian calendar. But really, for me, today is the day that we talk about the dawning of the new age, of a new age in humanity, of this new age and new stage in humanity that has been talked about and discussed and foretold in thousands and multiple millennia, in multiple cultures, in multiple ways. This dates back all the way back to the Sumerians. This dates back to, Babylonians. This dates back to Aztecans and Mayans. This dates back way, way, way. Egyptians, go back, keep going back. The Anukai. This dates back. This has been foretold from the beginning of time as we can conceive of it right now. The latest and greatest, or one of the latest and greatest ways that this has been foretold, or been talked about or discussed, is really in biblical terms, right? In the Bible, and then I'm not as familiar with the Quran, so at some point I need to get somebody on here that's very familiar with the Quran, so we can speak on that. But I'm just going to speak on from the biblical terms. I was kind of perusing and going through and looking at things and monitoring what's happening in the world right now on planet Earth, with humanity and with the energy as we're seeing it. At the time of this recording, Mars is quickly approaching a conjunction with Uranus. So I would say Mars right now is conjunct to Uranus in Taurus. And if you're not an astrology head, you might think, well, what does that really mean, Lisa? Well, that for me, now there's a number of astrologers out here, and I would say, everybody has a little bit of their own take on it, a little bit of their own interpretation, just like everyone has their own interpretation in biblical terms of what certain verses and certain contexts and certain meanings have. But to me, what that means is you can expect that everything that your daily routines, what you've known to be true up until this point, that Uranus has been in Taurus for a little while. This isn't like the first day Uranus has been in Taurus. So if over the last year to 2 years already, you've been seeing great drastic changes in your daily routines, in what you thought you knew to do on a day-to-day basis. If, you've perhaps changed jobs, or jobs have changed on you, careers have changed, new opportunities have opened up, there's been, entrepreneurship on your mind, or you're like, I got to get into my purpose. I know that I'm meant to do more. And that purpose may be in the area of healing and things like that, or might be in the area of, just starting a business with spiritual mindedness in mind, with the collective growth of humanity and what's good for humanity in mind. A lot has changed over this landscape that we call Earth. And a lot has changed in your own personal life. And I know that it has. You don't even have to tell me. You don't have to leave me a comment, but that'd be great. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Send me an email. Let me know. But your day-to-day, how you conduct your day-to-day life, how you bring in funds, or energy to sustain third dimensional life, your relationships, a lot's changed in the last 2 years. So this should be nothing new for you. But what happens with Uranus, this revolutionary, very personal change, but Uranus is a global energy. It's a universal energy. It is the energy of change. It is the energy of creation. It is, and I'll tell you that in a minute, right? It's an energy of creation, because anytime something dies off, anytime there's a revolution, there is something created. And that could be a personal revolution, that could be a country, that could be a whole lot. But anytime there's an upheaval and a flipping, a turning around, an extrication of a foundation that we've thus far believed to be completely true and the way things should be conducted, anytime that is upended, something else must arise in its place. So this energy is, in fact, creationary energy. This is Big Bang, not slow evolution. This is things must change, and they must change now. And we're adding into that Mars. We're adding into that this, Aries was god of war, or is the god of war. We're adding Mars energy into this. Aries is aggressively, sometimes selfish, but always something must change. We are not sitting still. Aries is not an energy of sitting on the sidelines and just waiting things to happen. Mars is not that energy either. Mars is very masculine in its nature. Uranus is very masculine in its nature. If you look at it, Uranus is also the male counterpart, right, of creation. When men want to change something, they're not waiting 9 months, 10 months for a baby to be born. When men want something changed, it must change. When they get fed up, when they get tired, when they've decided something's got to change, it's going to change, and it's going to change now. How many of your fathers or grandfathers, uncles, what have you, have said, oh, no, this will not continue. This ends today. Now, I know I heard that growing up, so I know I'm not the only one. And some of y'all have probably said that. And some of your partners have probably said that. And when you say that, you mean it, right? Be you male or female. When it's got to change, it's got to change. There's nothing to be said or had. So in this very Taurian, what we value personally, how we value it, where we find beauty, where we find luxury, how we fix our earth, how we fix our foundation, what we're building ourselves upon. And after this Taurian energy comes our thought process, and then our home, right? Our thought process, and then our thought process, intelligentsia, communication, Gemini, and then the home, who's right there within our tight circle, our close relatives, so to speak, Cancer, and who we have in our circle, and who we're protecting, or what we're protecting, and how our values then relate to those that are in our close circle, and how our close circle values relate to us. This is a evolution, if you will, of you as a human being. So in this space, what we are fixing our earth, our foundation to be, that's changing. This is the dawn of a new age. As this happens, pretty much simultaneously, as there is a direct conjunction of Mars and Uranus transiting in Taurus, at the same time, the sun enters Aquarius, while Saturn and Jupiter are already there. So Saturn and Jupiter are already making technological changes. How we communicate already via technology has changed, hasn't it? Even in the short few months, even the short few weeks since the Great Conjunction happened, short few days, really, if you want to break it down, since the Great Conjunction, There has been an expansion of communication methods that have sprouted up off of or because of or in spite of the actual rulers of social communication. And you're going to see more. It's not going to end. It's not going to end tomorrow. Saturn's going to be in Aquarius for what, 13 months? It doesn't end tomorrow. So we just buckle up, Buttercup. It's gonna be this way for a minute. But at the same time that Uranus and Mars, so this very drastic, dramatic, personal yet global, on a global scale, personal yet on a global scale, energy of change is happening. And I have termed it all of last year revolutionary evolution. So this is not transformation. That's a little slower. I can't even believe I'm about to say this. A little nicer in that Plutonian method. This is Uranus. Oh no, you have to make some great leaps. You have to make some great changes. You have to make some great elevations in your own foundation, in what you believe to be true, and how you find your beauty, your peace, your tranquility, all of that, what your foundational hierophant belief is. So I'm going to incorporate the tarot and the astrology and some metaphysics here and all of this. So follow me and don't just run off. Follow me here. Your foundational belief system is being revolutionized at this very moment and will continue to be. There is a series of events that are being started, that are being set into motion. There is a dawn of a new age because now the sun is coming into Aquarius and the sun is saying, I am going to spotlight individual collectivity. I am going to spotlight technology. I am going to spotlight massive growth. I am going to spotlight how we think about higher self, higher being, higher life. I'm going to spotlight the new age, which is the 5D, which is the fifth dimension. That is going to be tough for a lot of people. That's going to be very difficult for a number of people who haven't yet begun to wake up. And some are waking up, but some don't want to wake up. You know, I feel like there's a group of people that keep hitting the snooze button. They know that there's more to this than what religion is presenting them. And if they're not religious, they know there's more to this than what's being shown to them via various outlets. But they keep hitting the snooze button because it's easier that way. I don't really have to wake up just yet. Give me 5 more minutes. Give me 5 more months. Give me 5 more weeks. Give me 5 more years. I'm not ready to wake up yet fully. Let me hit the snooze button. Newsflash. Message. You can't hit the snooze button no more. There's no more snooze button to be hit. We're here, baby. We're here. We are at the dawn of the new age. And what does that new age mean? What does that new age really have for us? Because there's some in a Judeo-Christian, those that believe in a rapture or a return of a messianic figure, a revisiting upon the earth of this messianic figure that's going to swoop everybody up, swoop us all up, and save us all. What happens if that messianic figure does not come riding out of the clouds? Behold, he comes, riding on the clouds, shining like the sun. At the trumpet call, lift your voice. It's the year of Jubilee, and out of Zion's hill, salvation comes. Days of Elijah. Have any of y'all ever heard that song? Yeah, as I was scrolling through the interwebs today, I came across a number of Marines singing that song in Camp Pendleton, and it really did uplift me. Let me just tell you, it uplifted me. And it does. If you listen to these men, these soldiers, these Marines, and they're singing this song, and they're raising their voice to the heavens, it's uplifting. But can I break a little bit of that down for you? Because I feel like there's some people out here I need to give a little bit of hope, because I'm hearing a lot of fear and I'm sensing a lot of fear. And I have to tell you, the more that you fear and the more that you worry and the more that you are concerned about an outcome, you are pushing the outcome away. This is the dawn of a new age. Let me help you understand even the lyrics of that song. Behold, he comes. Okay, can I help you for a second? It's not just a he. The worlds were not created by just a he. You cannot create anything without male and female energy, without feminine and masculine energy. You cannot create anything. Nothing gets created. It is a physiological, natural, and therefore supernatural impossibility. Lisa, why do you say it's a supernatural impossibility? Because as it is above, so it is below. So what I see here going on, even though it is a mirror image, even though it is an illusion, even though it is a created reality, if you will, in air quotes, from what is above, I have to take my cues to glean some understanding about what is above. So since it takes male and female energy to create anything, create life here in this third dimensional realm, I have to then believe or deduce that it must be there. So it's not just a he. Behold, they come, riding on the clouds. Well, riding on the clouds. That sounds like they're coming down out the sky. That sounds like that they are coming down out through some energy. That sounds like they're coming out of another dimension and coming onto this world. Because what's beyond the clouds? Let's not just make this only the third dimensional. We're coming into a new age, and for some of you, I feel like I'm dragging you. For others, I'm like, I am corroborating and verifying what you already know to be true. Riding on the clouds at the trumpet call. Well, what is a trumpet? Trumpets are used to what? Do what? They're used to herald something. They're used to awaken you. They're used to alert you to the fact that there is something arriving. It could be the arrival of a king. It could be the arrival of a queen. It could be the arrival of a neighboring lord or king or something. It's the arrival. It could be the arrival of an army, either to invade or to assist. It could be the arrival or the announcement of a proclamation. Trumpets are used to wake up soldiers. The trumpet is calling. The trumpet is being blown. There are plenty of us out here that are blowing the trumpet. It's whether or not you choose to hear it and stop hitting the snooze button and putting earplugs in your ears, aka continuing to believe the way you wish to believe and continuing to say, you know what, that old girl over there, she's crazy. That old boy over there, they nuts. It is only this practicality that I can see, taste, touch, or feel. We have to stop with this. This is the only way to believe something. I don't care if your only way to believe something is a narrow edge and narrow belief system that is in the quote unquote new age. Now, we'll talk about that in a second because it's awful funny to me how new agers, so to speak, like myself now, I guess I'm in that new ager space. How new agers, we were derided and shunned, and you got to stay away from that new age stuff or you're going to end up going to hell. Now all of a sudden y'all running over here trying to find out what's going on, ain't y'all? Now all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness. Explain to me the the Great Conjunction. Well, thank you for coming to the party. You're a little late, but that's okay. We'll let you in anyway. It's going to cost you a little more extra money. I'm just kidding. But my point is this. It's amazing how the new age is now all of a sudden, oh, now even you new agers, you cannot have such a narrow understanding of how this whole thing operates and works and expect to comprehend or be able to operate in this new age. This new age isn't about it's only tarot, it's only astrology, it's only, oh gosh, I don't know, crystals and pendulums. The only way to do this is saging. The only way to do this is casting spells. The only way to do that, no. This is a broadening of your perspective so you can understand that it is all energy, that it is all modalities, and all roads lead to the same place. And that is outside of the fourth dimension. That is up and out of here. That is fifth dimensional and higher living. The only way out is up. The only reality, and I say up is a relative term. The only reality is that the reality in the outer realms. And the reality in the outer realms, in the outer dimensions, does not say it's only this, it's only that, there's only one singular way. It encompasses all. You've got to get out of your tunnel vision. This is the dawn of the new age. This is the dawn of a collective belief, thought process that still honors the individual. The individual member is you are as important as I. I am as important as you. We have different roles. This is the dawning of a new age. This is the dawning of, can we connect on an energetic level so we don't need the interwebs? This is the dawn of the mutant, of the telepath. This is the dawn of understanding that the energetic highways are a lot stronger and a lot more reliable than the interwebs. Okay? Behold, he comes, riding on the clouds, shining like the sun. Well, where's your sun? The sun is shining. Is your sun shining? Hello? You activated your solar plexus? Hello? Are you shining your light into the world? Behold, they come, riding on the clouds, shining like the sun at the trumpet call. So lift your voice. It's the year of Jubilee. Do you know what Jubilee is? See, this is a 5-year. The year of Jubilee was a 50-year. This is a 5-year. 5 goes into 50 10 times. We're at a cycle. This is a 5-year. The year of Jubilee in the Jewish or Hebraic tradition was the year of freedom. Was the year all the slaves were set free. All debts were forgiven. Everybody was back to normal. You got your land back. You got your crown back. The slate was wiped clean, and a new slate, a new age, a new era was started. Look it up if you don't believe me. I know my Bible. Now, I might not know nothing else, but I know my Bible. It's the year of Jubilee. It's the year of freedom. It's the year of exaltation. It is the year that your slate is wiped clean and you start anew. It is a year of healing. Every 7 years, the land was to rest. You were not to plant. You were to save up, right? Plant twice as much year 6 so that year 7, you'd have enough food. And then the year after the seventh 7 times 7 is 49. The year after the seventh 7, the land still rested. So the land rested for 2 years in the year of Jubilee, got itself enough good time to get enough good energy, got it, there was enough time to really rejuvenate and really set yourself up for expansion in the next year. We had 2020 where we were in lockdown and we had to rest. It's the year of Jubilee. This is your year of freedom. This is a new age. This is a new stage. This is a new era that is being ushered in. This is not just for the next 50 years either. This is a new era that's being ushered in. You see, fifth dimensional living, higher dimensional living is not about like what we can scrap up on our own and all about all this competition and all this stuff. There's more than enough. See, in the year of Jubilee, there was more than enough. And if you didn't have enough, your neighbor came and helped you out. There was more than enough for everybody to eat. So let's stop being in competition, but let's talk about this dawn of this new age. We're not in competition. This is not about anything like that. Those that are meant to teach, I'm going to need you to step up and teach. Those of you that are meant to heal, we're going to need you to step up and be the healer. Because you have another year to get yourself together here and get yourself in order. Because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be able to see. It's year of Jubilee, out of Zion's hill, salvation comes. What is Zion? The house of the Lord. The place that the Lord comes down and shows himself in the Bible, themselves to the people. There's a light. There's a healing. There's a restoration at the top of Zion's hill. You go to Zion for what? For freedom. You go to Zion to be set free. You go to Zion for healing. You go to Zion for restoration. You go to Zion for feeding. You go to Zion for salvation. Zion is you go to you as the individual go there. This is not about a Christ consciousness coming on a white horse and riding and everything. There's not about can we please let that imagery go for a hot second? Now to Zion's hill salvation comes. Who was and who is to come? Who was and who is to come? There is an eternal. You are an eternal being. You were, and you are to come. We are all part of who was and who is to come. We're all part of that. We came from source. We came from that supreme mother father entity, and all this time, during this 7,000 year period, because it was said before, it's been said many times, oh, there was a 6,000 year lease on this earth. Well, we long past them 6,000 years. We round in the corner to 7. 7, it is a divine number. It's 7 sevens to the year of Jubilee. So if it's 7 sevens and this is the 7th 7 of the 7,000 years of this iteration of humanity, it's time for us to go up higher now, I think. It's time for us to hear the trumpet call and time for us to go to Zion. And those who are already there on that hill, for us to shine the light so that as that light comes out of Zion and hits those that are finally waking up at the trumpet call, they understand where they're going. They understand how to get there. This is the dawn of a new age. This is not about some external salvation. This is about you finally internalizing what salvation means. Salvation, simply put, even in the Bible, is a reunification of yourself with your source. It is a reunification of yourself with your source, with the creator. It is your reunification with creator. That is it. This is the dawn of the new age. Stop giving your power up. The dawn of this new age. Well, Lisa, what does this new age look like? Well, I'm going to tell you. This new age looks a lot about understanding, relating to, and how can I put this very simply? And cherishing your own personal freedom and your own personal rights. This is about you expressing your personal freedom and your personal rights, your autonomy, your agency as a part of the greater collective. This is about you not getting sucked into the muck and the mire, and about you elevating to fifth dimensional living. This is about you. This new age is about you saying, you know what? You know what? I have the ability to create my reality no matter what else is going on all around me. And it is my job and my role to assist others in that same belief system. You see, what I'm hearing all of this, I'm hearing a lot, but I'm hearing a lot, and then it's got this ugly fear undercurrent. See, your third dimensional mind doesn't understand with fifth dimensional things, and it's got to be retrained. Retrain your third dimensional mind to begin to comprehend at least a little bit fifth dimensional realities and truths. You see, it doesn't matter what's going on all around you if you yourself are a master manifester. It doesn't matter if you're living in the fifth dimension while still living here, because if the fifth dimension rules and reigns in your life, does it matter what's going on third dimensionally? See, I'm hearing this fear of, I know things are going to be all right. I know I'm going to be good. I know we're going to be good. But oh my gosh, I'm waiting for a third dimensional reality to set foot and become. No, stop. Either you believe, either you are manifesting this world to be this way, your world to be a way, or you're not. Because the worrying is pushing it off. I'm not saying don't pray. I'm not saying don't believe. I'm not saying don't speak it into existence. What I'm saying is I'm going to need you to do it without fear. I'm going to need you to do it in full faith. I'm going to need you to believe that the revolution is being televised and the revolution is happening in the way that you are manifesting it. And first of all, I'm going to need you to believe that your revolution is being televised in your own life. It's playing out on your stage. So what are you playing out on your stage? Because if on your stage you're playing out doom and gloom, and that's the movie that's running in your head, please shut it off. Turn it off, change the channel, flip the script, do whatever it is you need to do, because I'm going to need you to not, because we're coming into a new age. And in this new age, what you think, beloved, manifests faster than you ever thought it could, faster than you have ever seen it happen before. What you think in your new age, in this age of Aquarius, what you think happens like that. And you're coming into the realization and understanding that that's actually what happens. See, in this age of Aquarius, with Uranus and Mars squaring the Sun, Saturn and Jupiter, and Mercury like running on through Aquarius like happy Skippy. It's just skippity doo down right on through. What's happening right now? Okay, what's happening right now is what you really value is being brought to the surface. And how you really look at it is being brought to the surface. And you're given the opportunity to change it. You're being given the opportunity to alter it. You're being given the opportunity to come up to this new age. Because I'm telling you, what you think will happen before you realize it. And heaven forbid what you say. Because what you say really is coming into third dimension. Who are you? Who are you to be in this new age? This is the decision you have to make. This is the dawn of the new age, the dawn of the agency, the dawn of the individual as part of the collective, and how the individual will affect the collective. Now, you know, here I make a lot of movie references, so I'm going to reference, I don't know how many of y'all have seen Wonder Woman 1984, and a lot of critics derided it. They talked about it. They dogged that Joker out. Boy, they talked about my Wonder Woman. But hopefully, most all of you have seen it by now. And if you haven't, spoiler alert. Part of the problem in Wonder Woman 1984 was everyone on Earth was told that they could make a wish, whatever. In that instant, at that moment, their wish would be granted. Now, you might think, well, that's a fabulous thing. But you know what happened? People started wishing for stuff they ain't had no business wishing for. And it caused a ripple effect in the rest of the collective. One man wishes the shopkeeper drops, has a heart attack because she was giving him crap. I don't know, one pan, whatever the case was. Somebody else wishes for this. Somebody else wishes for that. People start keeling over in the streets, and nuclear missiles are going off and rioting in the streets, and because everybody was making wishes, they're not thinking about the future, first of all. Second of all, they were not in tune with their higher selves, so they're making very basal, very primal, very low frequency wishes. Not for the good of humanity. Watch what you think. Watch what you say. Watch how you think. Watch how you're saying it. Because if you start wishing for things to happen to other people because you feel like it's going to benefit you, or out of a negative, low vibrational energy, the ripple effect that it has in this dawn of this new age is not healthy for the collective. It is important for those of us who understand this to understand that what we do today, who was, who is to come, will affect you and those that come after you for all eternity. The dawn of this new age, if there is a battle to be had, which there is battle of light and shadow, as that separation becomes greater between light and shadow. It is a battle for the soul of humanity. It is the dawn of understanding that we as individuals have just as much right and ability to reconnect with our source, with the Creator, and have a higher dimensional life, just as much as any preacher, any deacon, any deaconess, any mother of the church, any priest, any pastor, any Christian, any Muslim, any one of the Jewish faith, any Buddhist, any one of the Hindu faith, pick it. Episcopalian, Catholic, I don't care. We all are equal. And we all must come together so we can usher in this new age in peace, love, and tranquility. Now, it doesn't happen overnight. We're going to be transitioning into this new age for a while after I'm gone. And pretty sure for a little while after you're gone. But we got to lay this foundation while we're in Taurian land. And we're revolutionizing the spiritual foundation and what we actually hold dear and what we actually believe in and what we actually find beauty and peace in. We have to do it now. Otherwise, we have to do it now. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me for this Sunday Soul podcast. I would love to have an opportunity to hear from you, so please leave me some comments. Those of you that are watching this on YouTube, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Those of you that are listening to it on just about all podcast platforms right now, streaming platforms, we're awaiting getting our launch on Apple Podcasts. But if you're listening to me on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Anchor FM, wherever, please consider following this podcast as we will be coming to you every week for the Sunday Soul podcast. And if you would like to work with me, there is a link in the YouTube description, and I believe a link in all of my podcast subscriptions as well. I'd like for you to go down there and click that link and book a 15-minute call with me. We are hosting and holding master classes and other classes, abilities for you to become a light worker. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you so very much. Namaste. Bye-bye.